Hey y'all, it's Youre Renee, your blog queen here. I am back with another episode. Thank you guys for tuning in. Go ahead and click that share button for me, you guys. I would appreciate it. If you're following or if you're listening on Spotify, go ahead and follow me. I'm on there. You can find me on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Castbox, several different places that you can type in Thoughts of a Blog Queen podcast and you will find me. So let's go ahead and dive in to today's topic. As you guys can see by the title, this is called Don't Come to Me as a Woman. And basically, I want to talk about these situations that women get in where they find themselves calling or confronting the other woman. I got some issues with that, and I'm going to let you guys get inside my head. So sit back, get your wine. Happy Friday Eve. If you're tuning in on YouTube, cheers. So listen, don't come to me as a woman. Okay, have you guys ever heard the old song? There's an old song that Shirley Brown did, and it's called Woman to Woman. And there have actually been a couple of remakes to this song. So Ashanti and Keisha Cole did a version of it, and Jennifer Hudson and Fantasia, they actually did kind of like a remake version of this particular song. And I want to go ahead, I want to just play a little snippet of the classic. I want to play the classic version. I'm not going to play the whole song, I'm just going to play the intro. And this is the phone call that she made to Barbara. All right. Oh, whoa. See, all right, let's get into this, y'all. Shirley was dead ass wrong. I'm gonna tell you why Shirley was dead ass wrong. Don't listen, sis. Don't come to Barbara as a woman. Don't come to Barbara because you, let me tell you something. If you are listening to this, sis, don't be a Shirley. In a 2020 world of men doing what the hell they want to do, don't be a Shirley. Just don't, sis. It's not worth it. Because here, let me break down a couple of different things about this. What are you accomplishing by calling this other woman? I need you to make it make sense to me. What are you going to accomplish by calling this other woman? Because here's the thing, this can be a situation you don't even really know what the situation is. This can be two different perspectives. You can be calling a woman who knows exactly what's going on. She knows that you're in a relationship with this man. Or you can be calling a woman who has no idea that you're in a situation, that she's the other woman. You don't know what the situation is. And so you don't need to just haul off and just dial Barbara's number trying to talk to Barbara. No, sis, you need to relax. You need to call Daryl. We're going to call him Daryl for this episode. We're going to use Daryl. So Daryl, if you're listening, if you're tuning in, we're about to get in that ass, okay? You need to be calling Daryl for this situation, because there are two people in a relationship, right? You and him. You and him are responsible for making adult decisions within your relationship. And with these decisions that you make in this adult relationship, you have to deal with the consequences of those decisions. And so if you step outside of the relationship and decide to bring another person into the relationship, unbeknownst to your partner, aka you cheating, you're gonna have to deal with those consequences when they come out. And so by you skipping over the man in the situation, by you skipping over this person and going straight to her, to confront her, to ask her, to try to prove something to her, to find out what's going on, you are making yourself look kind of crazy in the situation. And here's the thing, like, I know that women's emotions are strong. I know that women, like, we feel deeply, and sometimes we react initially, and sometimes we don't even know how we're going to react, okay? But we would like to remain calm in every situation, and we want to make sure that we got our ducks in a row before we just we're out here just calling folks, okay? And like, why go to her? Because here's the deal, she doesn't owe you anything. She doesn't owe you anything. We would like to think that, yeah, in a perfect world, in this perfect, sisterhood. And let me tell you something, I am 110% all for the sisterhood, the power, the empowerment, like, support your sisters, lift her up. Like, I'm all for that, and the girl code and all of that stuff. But here's the deal, everybody doesn't live by that. And so if we're talking about a situation where you have a woman who actually knows about you, like, that makes it even worse, because she's getting from this situation, if she knows about you, she's getting exactly what she wants from the situation. And that could be a couple of different things. That could be so they have some sort of financial arrangement where, he's giving her money, he's paying some of her bills, he's, doing, helping her fund some things, and she's sleeping with him. That's the reality of it. It is what it is. It could just be about some sex. He could just have some good dick. I'm just gonna go ahead and put it out there. And she, there are a lot of women right now who are just not even in a position where they even want to be, they even want to deal with, like, the commitment from a man. They just want to have someone to have sex with. That's a fact. And that's the truth. That's how it is. And so they could care less about where he leaves. When he gets up and leaves from this place, they could care less where he goes at the end of the night, because they've done, and women have so many different states of mind that they could be. And you could be, this could be a woman who just really, she might have been shitted on by herself. She may have been cheated on. And so she's just in a place right now where she just really doesn't care. She could be bitter. She could be hurt. She could be angry. She may not have time to deal with, all of the things that come with a relationship, calling up Barbara's and stuff. She don't have time for that. So all that she wants to get is what she needs. And your man happens to be the one to fall into that. He happens to be the one to provide her with exactly what she needs, and she's fine with it. He's fine with it. And so that situation, calling her up, that's really a waste of time. You need to call Daryl. Sis, you need to call Daryl. You gotta call Daryl, because he is the one who decided to be disloyal to you. That other woman does not owe you anything. She does not owe you a thing, and we have to remember that. And there are just so many, you don't know what situations, you don't know what could be going on. Your man could be telling this other person a whole complete lie. He could be manipulating the situation. He could be telling her all kinds of stuff just to get what he wants out of the situation. And I mean, what is she to know? I mean, she's going off of this man whom she met, however she met him. They have whatever type of vibe they have going on. And he either, whatever it is that he told her, that's what she's going off of. Okay. Another reason, calling her up could only, you already don't know what the situation is. So you already don't know if he told her something. He could be telling her that you're this crazy ex that just won't let up, and you calling her talking about, I'm coming to you as a woman and I need to let you know that he's you are probably, a lot of times, you are probably adding to his story that he has already told her. If he told her some bullshit about you, you calling her up and you probably are making her believe what it was that he told her. If he said, yeah, she crazy, she don't want to let it go, or whatever the case may be, you calling her is making that look to be true. Okay? You're trying to talk to this other woman because you're curious. You want to see what it is that he's getting out of the situation. Who is this woman? Why is it that he had to cheat on me and bring another woman into the situation? Why is it that, you're curious about it? You want to see, you want to hear how she sounds. You want to meet up with her. Some women actually want to go up and they want to meet up with this woman. They set this stuff up. Yeah, meet me here, or I'll come by your house, or you come by my house. They actually do this, and because they want to see, they want to see what it is that they have on you, or what is it that he sees in her that he doesn't see in me, and you want to try to get to the bottom of it, and you think that you're going to get that answer through by talking to her, by going to her first. That's not, no. The answer to what it was that he saw in this woman that made him step out of y'all's relationship, the answer does not lie with her. The answer lies with him. You confront her because you want to try to prove something to her. You want to try to make her understand how serious the relationship is. You're trying to solidify to her what you got going on with this man. Do you guys not see how, step outside of yourself and think about that? Do you guys not see how crazy that actually sounds? You're trying to get another woman to understand, oh, he loves me because he does this. He loves me because he takes care of my son that's not even his. Or he loves me and this is a serious relationship because we just came back on a trip. You're trying to get her, you're trying to prove all these things to her. It still didn't stop him. All of these things that you're proving to her, it still didn't stop him from doing what he did. It still didn't stop him from stepping outside of the relationship. So why do you feel like that is what's going to, why do you feel like that's what's going to make it any simpler or make you understand any more? You don't want to come off to this woman, to this other person as, oh, okay, yeah, I see why he's why he's cheating on her. I see why. She's insecure as fuck. That's why. She seems to be real needy. She seems to be, because see, that's how you're going to look in that situation. You're going to look real needy in that situation. And you're just going to be giving her more reason to believe the bullshit that he's been saying to her, if that's even the fact. Like I said, this can be both ways. This can be a situation. This can be two-sided. This can be a woman who knows about you, and this can be a woman who may not have known anything at all. And so I just, I want you guys to just take a moment to kind of think about that. Because if you're listening right now, if you're listening and you're a Shirley and you're thinking about this, or you find yourself in this situation, don't go out there making yourself look any type of way. It's just not worth it. If you find yourself in the middle of a situation where you are having to confront another person, you really need to step back from that situation, and you really need to really find out, what are you getting from this situation? Because a lot of times, and it's not all the time, but a lot of times, if you find yourself in this situation, you probably aren't even really 110% fulfilled in this relationship anyway. So for that, you really just need to just hold off. Don't make that call. Don't make that call. Listen, y'all, I'm going to just take a quick break, and we'll come back and we'll finish this, and then I'm going to wrap it up with the Thursday's thoughts. All right. All right, y'all. So I'm back. Just needed to take a really quick break. So yeah, I want to wrap this topic up. I don't want to stay here for too long. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to wrap the show up in a few minutes, but I wanted to talk about that because I just feel like, that our number one priority is to make sure that we are loving ourselves enough to know that we don't have to deal with some of this crap that men are actually trying to just give us. And you don't have to be don't find yourself doing things that you wouldn't normally do based off of something a man is putting you through. You know what I mean? Like, I just, I get it. And this topic, this can be really, the circumstances to this can be very, very fine. Like, there may be situations where you really, in fact, are going to have to sit down. I'm not a married woman. And so if you're married and you find yourself in this situation, I know that it's, it's gonna take a lot to get through this. Maybe there was another child involved. There are so many different levels to this that you can find yourself in, where there's another person involved. But just speaking, I just want you guys, before you decide to go and talk to someone as a woman, before you decide to go and be mad at this other woman, just remember that her loyalty does not lie with you. She does not owe you anything. That man broke your trust. That man violated what you guys have. That man, he made a decision, and he knew what that decision was potentially gonna do. And so your beef is with him. Your beef is with him, and that's just all it is to it. Your beef, you need to go to him, because something is missing, something is out of whack, something is not in place. This man he's clearly not ready to commit to you the way that you need him to commit. And he has gone outside of the relationship, and he has decided to do his thing. And now is where we kick in that self-love. Now is where we kick in doing for yourself. Step back from the situation, and before you start dialing numbers, really, really analyze the situation. And first of all, make sure it's worth it. Make sure this situation is worth it, because it may not even be a situation that you should even fight for. A lot of times it's not. A lot of times it's not. And I just hope that the woman that's listening to this if you find yourself in a situation and you just have to call this other woman. I'm not vouching for this. You have to call this other woman. Don't be disrespectful. Don't be disrespectful to this woman because your man cheated. Your anger needs to be with this man. I was really trying to think back to a situation. Had I ever been in a situation where I had to find myself be the Shirley calling up someone and asking, and I that's just not in my personality to really have to do that. I was faced with a situation. Now, this is a short story. So I was in a situation where I had no choice but to look this woman in the eye because I walked in on the situation. I literally walked in to the home where the man that I'm seeing lived, and this woman was there. I had no choice but to look her in the eye. And in that moment, and I'm gonna tell you, this is why I get it. I get that you may be, I get that you may be upset and you're angry. And in that moment, we do some crazy things. And so initially, one of the things that I wanted to do, I wanted to step to her and I wanted to say, I did. I was like, who are you? But let me tell you, in that moment, I felt this, something came over me, and I felt embarrassed to be in this woman's face while this man was standing here watching me in this woman's face, asking her what's up, who are you, what you doing here. It hit me, and I had to immediately take that off of here, and I had to direct it here. And I went full throttle at him, but bye sis, because my beef isn't even with you. You don't even need to be here anymore. You need to leave, and that's that. So that's the only time that I found myself in that type of situation that I can really think of, because I don't agree with it. I don't agree with it. And I want to say this: if you are a woman who is in a situation and you know about, listen, I'm not condoning anything. I'm simply saying, if you are in a situation with a man and you know that he has a woman that is at home who is unaware of this, when she finds out, because 9 times out of 10 she's going to find out, everything you do in the dark, it comes out. If she approaches you, I'm going to need you ladies to stay calm, cool, and collected too. Because here's the deal. You have to step outside of that, of yourself, because I know, and because I know someone listening to me has been in or is in this situation, or just feels like, that's not my man. I don't have, she needs to. If you are approached by a woman who is in a relationship, who is confronting you about her man, I need you all to stay cool and collected too. Don't be disrespectful to that woman, because as another woman, think about you. Think about if it was your man and you found out. Think about if you have any ounce of sympathy, just don't be disrespectful. Don't be rude. Don't start saying all that ignorant shit to her. Don't do that. Either don't have the conversation, refuse to have that conversation with her, but if you decide to have a conversation with her, don't be ignorant. Talk to her, be calm. If you're going to answer the questions, but don't do that, because this is a woman who is in love. This is a woman who is in a relationship, and this is a woman whose emotions are on 100 right now. She has been lied to. She has been disrespected. She has been betrayed by the person who, she's sharing her life with. And so right now she is just feeling a certain type of way. Be a little sympathetic to that. I'm talking to the women that do know, because some women, they know that they are dealing with a man who is involved with someone seriously, and they still don't care. And then when they do get confronted, they have the nerve to be mad and to be ignorant and to be nasty to the woman that is coming at them. And I get it. She don't need to come to you. She needs to take that up with her man. But listen, there are going to be some women that are they're going to make that call. They're going to make that call, and they're going to want to talk, and they're going to want to see what's going on. And so just don't be like that. All right. So in closing, to wrap all of this up, I want to go ahead and do my Thursday thought, and it feeds off of this exact thing. There are two things that you need to be very, very protective of. And that is your self-respect and your integrity. They go hand in hand. Don't put yourself in situations where either of those are compromised. Don't put yourself in a situation where you are acting out of your character. Always remain a lady. Always remain as classy as you can. Keep in mind that you are a woman, okay? You are a woman, and you need to conduct yourself as such at all times. Have some integrity about yourself. Don't do anything that you are going to look back on and wish that you didn't do it. Don't do that. Have some self-control. Love yourself enough to know that it's just simply not worth it. All right, you guys, that's all I got. Again, if you rock with me, go ahead and share this episode on your social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, wherever you want to share it. Make sure you're following me, subscribe on your podcast platform, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, Castbox. Go ahead and subscribe on YouTube. I'm going to try to be consistent with putting some of these podcast episodes on there, among some other things that'll be on the channel as well. But you can look forward to the behind the scene footage if you're interested in seeing what I'm doing, which my people today saw that I was having a little bit of wine. I just got off work, y'all, so. But again, thank you guys for tuning in. I will see you same time, same place next week. Until next time, y'all. Peace and blessings.